Hello, welcome to my channel, to Forever Learning with Angelica. Because if you ain't learning, you ain't evolving. So, welcome. Like, share, subscribe, subscribe. So, so let's get into it. So, like, I don't know why it probably took me this long to figure this out. I guess I had to learn the hard way. Everyone got their own styles and ways of when they decide to learn what they need to learn. So I try to give myself enough grace. I have to give myself grace. Like, if I'm able to give everybody else grace and benefit others, I think I should do that for myself. Um, Especially, what I talk about, like I said, I'm human. I'm not perfect, even though the things I talk about, like, I'm not, you know, like straight 100% perfect all the time, but I'm still human. Like, I'm I'm learning along the way just as much as you guys, and I'm just here to share, like, along my journey. So, what I just briefly, just like really, like, it stuck to me this time, based, off of like a really current experience. Um, it made me realize that, like, I can't, especially when it comes to like relationships, like as far as like um, dealing with, you know, romantic relationship per se, um, where like I just like, how do you put it? Like, I get easily wrapped up in the idea based off of, but the thing is, in this case, it was different. Even though, like, I knew this before, but it was like based off of how he was in the beginning, based off what the things he was saying to me and everything. So I was going based off that, like how it seemed like we was on the same page. Like we both wanted to be in a relationship, but take our time, of course. Like, not trying to jump into a relationship. That's no problem. You know what I'm saying? Let's, get to know each other, but still enjoy each other as well in the moment. You know? I was cool with that. But then later on, like probably after a few months, it was just like as if like basically like you just not treating me how I feel like you should be treating me, especially like in the beginning. It was just seemed like it was just inconsistencies, right? And knowing what I know, of course, I've been doing a lot of self-reflection, knowing what I know, the spiritual, energy and everything like that. Like, everything that I know about it, I'm still doing self-reflection because I'm like, let me just check myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it something with me for this to be happening? Obviously, like, this is happening for a reason. It's something's trying to get my attention. I need to figure this out. You know what I'm saying? So I, like, of course, like, it's so easy want to go into the victim mentality, but I always catch myself and try to get myself like, okay, like, what is this trying to teach me, higher self? What is this trying to teach me, universe? What is it trying to teach me, God? Like, what is it? Like, I need to know so I can move forward, get out of this loop. And every day is like something where it's like I'm learning something new about the situation or the perspective of that situation, and I'm just like, but I always go back to it, always go back to self. Like, what is it trying to teach me? Like, yes, they have, like, where they're playing a role in my life. However, they still their own person, and they also have to learn something for whatever they gotta learn on their part, right? So basically, like, where I'm at now is like, what I realize is that I I can't be too kind, or not too kind, but to be kind, but I can't be too nice. I can't show my sweetness. I'm a naturally, if you're a natural, like, loving, warm person where you want to just, you love to share your love in other ways to a person, and in every way you can. Like, you're just a very loving person. Like, you want to be this sweet, loving, nurturing, kind person to the person that you care about. You know, especially if it's like a romantic relationship, you want to be that, show that side to them. You want to pour into them. You want to, you want all that wonderful, loving, romantic stuff. You know what I'm saying? You live, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe it's probably my, like, my Venus sign. My Venus sign is a Pisces, so, but like, I love that stuff, you know what I'm saying? But like, I realized, like, I can't be too much of that in the beginning with you. Like, I have to take accountability of me pulling back in the beginning of, like, us still trying to get to know each other. Not like where, for instance, like, us seeing each other every day or talking to each other every day and all that stuff. Like, I need to pull back and be cold a little bit with you, but not be cold like and be rude, but, or disrespectful, but just be cold in a way, like, as if, like, think of it how, as if you, like, you're talking to someone, or that you don't really like that. So you kind of have to give them that energy of, like, I'm not sure about you yet, you know. It's like you have to play, I don't want to say play a mind game, but it's like you have to use how you act towards a person that you don't like to someone that you do like, so the person that you do like you like that. That's, or at least show that they like you like that, right? So you kind of have to play this little psychology game a little bit with people, because, some people just, it's people, it's human nature. So you kind of have to act like you don't want something just to get it. It's crazy. But yeah, that just goes back to what I'm saying about being a loving, sweet person. Like, I'm just naturally that way. And I naturally let things slide, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, I understand no one's perfect. I'm not perfect, you know what I'm saying? And I notice that I always seem to avoid to try to inflict pain on people when I should be, like, when it's necessary. Not pain like in a, like, oh, I want to hurt them and something like that, but more like inflict pain, like, when it's necessary, like, oh, like, when I need to speak up and say something instead of just being quiet about it, when I feel like, oh, they disrespected me, or I need to say something, not be disrespectful when I come to about it, but, like, mention something about it in that moment, or whatever, whenever it's appropriate time, obviously. But that's what I mean. Like, I realize, like, that's what really being nice is. Like, you being too nice. Like, I'm being too kind. I'm being too sweet. I'm being too nurturing, too understanding, instead of just, not too understanding, but instead of just having some type of, like, structure where I need to be like, hey, that's not okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not cool. Like, let's not, you know what I'm saying, mention somebody now, so moving forward, like, you be aware of that moving forward, hopefully. If you can't, then, oh well, that means you're not meant to be in my life like that. Because I want to be around people that is going to be take accountability of their actions, at least on their end. And of course, I do the same. We're all learning, together in this. Like, it's not just like, no matter how much you know, you still learning. okay? Even if you're the teacher, you still learning. You're still the student as well, all the time. So, but I guess that's pretty much all I have to say. At least at the moment. Um, but that's as far as like I just wanted to share that like about what I'm like what I have struggled through and kind of now I really like figured out what is the issue is like why I kept putting myself in a certain situation no matter how different it looked like it still was the same situation. I still had to like so this time it was like it somehow stuck to me this time to realize like oh shit that's what it was. So it is all good. I'm just like man that's crazy but you know time everything has its own timing why it needs to happen when it needs to happen. So but yeah I'm just giving myself grace and just trusting the process more and yeah just not beat myself up when I may feel a certain way about something and just try to work myself through it and like I said just trust the process, trust God, man. Like that's all I need to do. Like there's nothing else, you know. So yeah but anyways I appreciate you for listening um and may this whoever this is comes across and you made it to the end of this and you listen all the way through may this like help you you know give you insight within yourself, your answers within yourself and guide you on your journey because we're all in this together. So wish you the best and I love you and like, share, subscribe and yeah, bye.